of drink would you like?
Your finest craft coffee. Welcome back to the Uncapped Network. Today, we have an absolute powerhouse at the lab. She's a Canadian boxing sensation who's earned the name The Nightmare for a reason. From starting her boxing journey a bit later than most do, to rising the ranks and claiming the women's championship title, she's a force to be reckoned with. She's also a role model who gives back to her community and is inspiring the next generation of athletes. Welcome on the podcast, Natasha the Nightmare Spence.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, of course. And honestly, let's just get to it. Like, why do they call you the Nightmare?
I feel like I've told this story so many times, but it's legit. It's true. So one of my sparring partners, when I was an amateur, she went up to my coach one day and was like, "Yeah, can you please don't tell me when I have to spar Natasha, because I won't sleep that night. Like it gives me nightmares and I won't get any sleep." So he's like, "Actually," she's like, "Yeah, I don't want to know. Just don't tell me." And then so he started calling me Nightmare, and then everyone else started calling me Nightmare, and then it literally just stuck.
Like, wasn't you just beating people? Like is that what it was? Or?
I don't know. I didn't ask her what was happening in the nightmares, but it was legit.
Yeah. That's actually super jokes. And it just stuck then, eh?
Yeah, literally just stuck ever since that. Yeah. I earned it, I guess.
Yeah. Do you feel like the Nightmare kind of almost amped you in a way as you started pushing forward?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I had to live up to it.
Yeah, right?
So you kind of you embody it kind of with as a fighter, you represented the Nightmare.
100%. Yeah.
So what does that look like then, going up against a Nightmare?
It's not fun. Nobody loves nightmares, right? It's not fun. Yeah, I always want to be a force. I always want to leave an impression. And in the fight world, you want to be the one that's putting the hurt on people, not getting hurt. You want to be the one that's being intimidating, not being intimidated, right? So it's one or the other. And I think I understood that really early on. So I always want to make sure that I'm the one giving the nightmares.
Yeah. And what got you into boxing in the first place? Because you started at when it was 19?
Yeah, I didn't start till I was 19. It's just something that I've always loved. I've always loved the idea of a champion, the idea of getting your arms raised and being the winner. It gave me a thrill to watch on TV or, to imagine that. I would just imagine it and pretend sometimes I put my arms in the air and I could feel it. I could feel what it felt like even as a kid. So it was just always in me. I always had a lot of energy as a kid, a little bit aggressive, really, really strong. So when I realized that I could actually fight and not get in trouble, I was like, oh yeah, for sure. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you had a past history of being a fighter? Before you actually stepped into the ring?
Kind of, not really. I don't know. How do you make that sound good? Yes.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of time was because I was tough, and so if any of my friends got in trouble or if my sister was being bullied or anything like that, anyone I loved was in trouble, they came and got me.
Yeah.
Always. It was always come and get me, and I sorted it out for them. So it was just I was known for that, not by choice, and it was never really my own drama. It was always oh, if you're messing with someone that I care about, you're gonna pay.
Yeah.
So this protector complex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Do you feel like that's kind of helped you a lot through your career, having this protector complex and trying to achieve things that are so high?
100%. When I reflect some of the fights, even just last year, when I look at how big those girls were, in the moment, I didn't see that. I didn't see that size. I just saw a task, and I wasn't scared. I don't know what it was, but now looking back, I'm like, holy crap. I'm watching the video of me and Shadeja Green, and I'm like, geez, I said to my coach, I'm like, she was that big? He's like, yep, she didn't grow. She was that big. But in the moment, it didn't feel like that to me, right? I just had a job to do. So I think that I've been conditioned that way, where it was just oh, you're picking on my sister? Yeah. Okay, bet, let's go. And I don't care if you're 3 years older than me. I don't care if you're a guy. I don't care. You're picking on my little sister, you're going to get it. Yeah. So I think that's just been kind of born and bred into me. And now in the fight game, I don't have any fear.
Yeah.
It's almost like your best tool, right?
Yeah, it is 100%.
Yeah. So it seems like your mentor is very strong in this aspect. You know what I mean? How do you work on your mental and your physical?
That's a good question. I do a lot of meditating, watch a lot of film, watch a lot of boxing. That helps. visualizing that kind of stuff. And then just faith, really. Like, I feel like when I do get a little bit anxious, or if there's a time where I'm doubting anything at all, I literally just pray. And it honestly, it goes away instantly. Like, that's something that I learned later on in the game, and that's helped my mental a lot. But I'm not alone. I can just, I can just ask God to ease my worries and, give me peace, and then I feel great. So it's easy.
I could relate to that 100% because I feel the same way. If I'm ever like anxious or feeling like, a little, I just pray right away, or walk my dog and pray, and you feel grounded right away.
Grounding is a great one too.
Yeah. You do that before fights? Is that something you do before
100%,
fights?
100%. Yeah, for sure. Getting out in nature too, walking by the water, walking barefoot on the grass, like that stuff like that, right? It all does actually help. So yeah, it kind of makes that hard part easier once you figure it out. Right?
Because you're kind of like exploring with extreme peace and also like extreme danger.
Yeah,
exactly.
So it's beautiful. It really is.
It's chaos and order almost in a way, right?
Yeah.
Do you find like what's the life of Natasha outside of the ring? Because I know a lot of people just want to focus on, okay, you are the champion. That's the highlight, right? But like, what's the championship in within your own life?
I just love my family. I love my friends. I love my community. Everyone at Boomers. So every chance I get, it's just to be around that, like after the fight, my coach is like, take a week off. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be horrible. Yeah. And like, I remember after, not this last fight, but the one before that, I was in the gym, I think the next day or the day after, and he walked in, he was like, what the heck? And he was like upset. He's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm not training. I promise. I'm not training. I just want to be here. And he's like, okay. And he's like watching me around the gym. I'm like grabbing the pull-up bar, and he's like, get through. Like, I just love being around, like, I love how it feels to be in the gym around the people too. And, just spending time at home or with my family, sleeping is good.
Facts. Yeah. I can agree with you on that one. And I saw that like mentorship's a really big thing for you, right? And not giving back to the community. How do you think that's affected like your growth?
That's a good question. I mean, it's important. It's important. There's kids around the gym that, I can see that look up to me now in my career. Now that I'm a bit older, I see it even more. I think you kind of have blinders on for a little bit of the time, and I think now it's like those blinders are gone, and I look around and I see like the little girls in the gym, and like I walk in and I can feel how they get excited, and like spending time to talk to people rather than being like, oh, I got my headphones in, I'm training. Where I've been that before. I've been in gyms where it's like, leave me alone. I have a job to do. And I've evolved and I'm very different now. And that fuels me. Like, I like coming in and, and like there's this little girl, Emma, at Boomers, and she's the cutest little thing. And every time she sees me, she stops what she's doing, comes over and gives me daps. And like my heart melts. Awesome. Yeah, and she'll give me like 3 daps in one session. And I love it. I love it so much. Right. Yeah. So like stuff like that, it fuels me for sure. Yeah.
So there's still a lot in you, right? Are you saying like this, like
sure.
like you're ready for a next fight?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I don't. I'm hoping we don't have to take too much downtime. I'm letting my body rest right now. I've been back to the gym on and off kind of thing. Take a day here and there to just rest, do some recovery. But I'm roaring. I want to go. My coach is like, just relax. I'm like, okay, if I have to. But if I get a call tomorrow, like I'm jumping on it. That's just how I've always been, and that's not going to change. So.
How's it feeling coming off of like such a big victory and winning the championship, right? Because like as you said, like you don't want to like pump the brakes at all, right? Mm-hmm. But is it hard to kind of understand that feeling that you have to? Because like before getting the championship, you're working so hard, you're doing everything, but now it's like, okay, now relax, that you have the belt.
That's hard. It is hard. It's always been hard. Time off has always been hard. Injuries or anything like that has always been. That's the hardest part, I think, of being an athlete. For me, at least, it's easy to get up every day and go to the gym and grind because I'm so used to it, and it's like my therapy. So when I'm being told to like just chill for a bit, I have to find other ways to keep my mind quiet and insane. So yeah.
What is it about fighting? Like, if you could pin down to one thing, what is it that you love so much about it?
I've never thought of that. It quiets my brain. Oddly enough, it's kind of ironic, I guess, but I have a really overactive brain. It just, in that moment when you can hit flow state, I just feel like I'm flying. It's like, it's something that I can actually control, and I don't have any overthinking. I don't have any like racing thoughts. And it's just like, I literally feel like if I had to wonder what flying felt like, it would be that for sure.
Yeah. So like you're like in a rhythm dance.
Yeah,
And
that
all right,
exactly. You know what I'm saying. You know.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah.
Can you pinpoint like your first flow state and like your latest flow state and what the difference was?
I wouldn't be able to pinpoint my first, but I think something that I do remember from like years and years and years ago when I first started to like understand what it was. I think I can get into flow state effortlessly now.
Yeah.
Whereas before, I remember talking to my coach and being like I don't know like why I can't perform this day, but then this day I perform. I don't know if it's something I ate. I don't know if it's how I slept. I don't know like what is it that sometimes it feels so great and the other times it doesn't. And not understanding then that that's what it was. Now I know I just need to have fun. And like my last fight is a great example of that. Like I was looking at some of the pictures from the fight and I'm just
the stare downs are crazy.
Yeah, like smiling and staring in her eyes and like that kind of stuff, right? It's like I know that if I can do that, then I'll hit flow state and I'll have fun and I'll be laughing the whole night, right? So it's just not taking it so seriously. I know it is serious in there, but not taking it seriously, if that makes sense. Yeah.
What boxers have you looked up to throughout your career?
I've always looked up to Sugar Ray Leonard and Roy Jones. Those have been my two from the get-go. Watched all their fights repeatedly. The Four Kings in that era, they were special. But yeah, I think for sure my top two would be Sugar Ray and Roy Jones Jr. Yeah.
Yeah, and we saw recently he actually came and said hi to you. Like, how's that relationship? How long have you known him, and is it something that's been nurtured for a while?
No, it's fairly new. So I fought my second last fight when I won the first title at middleweight.
Yep.
It was his promotion. So they actually brought me in. It was their hometown girl. She like sold out the show and they brought me in to lose. There's no other way to say it. They brought me in to lose. And I whooped her ass.
Yeah.
And I stole that. I stole that title. So he came up to me after the fight and was like, okay, I see you. He's like, let's talk. He's like, we got to talk. Like, I want to work with you. And then the fight after that, he negotiated that for me and then flew out to Washington, D.C. to be a part of that event and to be there. So yeah, it's fairly new.
Yeah.
It's exciting and it's kind of hard to believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to be working with him moving forward and,
That's
it's
awesome.
amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's cool to see it too, right? Because like, as you said, like they signed you up for failure, and that's not what was on your plans whatsoever.
No, definitely not. No.
Talk about like a bit on the business side of all this, right? Because I feel like a lot of like our audience, like in athletes, like you want to understand. Okay, so how does this work?
What do you mean?
Like in the sense of like, for example, like your fights, your promotion. How important is it to like brand yourself?
Oh, okay. I mean, it's extremely important to have a good team. That's something that I kind of struggled with along the way. If you can't just have like one coach and like a promoter or something like that. Like that's not enough, to have an actual tribe or a community behind you of a lot of different people that bring something different to the table is very important. So to start to develop that early in the career, and like what I mean by that is maybe not necessarily like a manager promoter role, but just someone that has your back or someone that, answers emails and makes calls to make sure you don't miss out on stuff like this.
Yeah.
Or like, someone that's pushing you or helping you on your social media, recovery, admin, like all like just a whole unit of people to kind of help keep that machine going. 'Cause when you're training full time, it's really truly difficult to do anything else. Like if you're training and recovering and sleeping properly, there's not much more time left in the day. So, to have people that you can trust and like that actually care about you and see the same end goal, on your team to kind of help is key for sure. Yeah.
Does it almost feel like you are a business, like because of like how integrated you have to be with like a team?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Right.
1000% for sure. Yeah. It's a full-time thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And has it been difficult kind of picking people? Like, cause I would imagine some people want something from you. And like, I guess at the end of the day, you just want the help, right? But some people have like maybe a bigger.
That's in every business, right? It's just the reality.
Yeah. I've been blessed. I've been really lucky along the way to have like genuine people, genuine coaches that have helped me, very, very blessed. It was you outgrow spaces, you know? So sometimes when you get to the point where you're like, I need more, it's hard to cut ties or say goodbye, especially when people have been good to you and want what's best for you. But the butterflies got to fly, you know what I mean? So sometimes you got to go elsewhere. And that, as an athlete, as a fighter, especially a Canadian fighter, that's huge. And I think I took a long time to make a change in my career because of loyalty to a certain coach, or maybe to a gym, or to a city even. Whereas the moment that I realized I outgrew that space or environment, if I would have made that move then, I feel like maybe it wouldn't have taken me this long. But everything happens the way it's supposed to. God's plan was for me to achieve that at 40. So here we are.
Still doing it though. Like it's like it's like that line, age is but a number, right? And like
for sure. 100%.
And then so you said outgrowing. So like, was stepping away from Cambridge and as your home city and kind of like, I assume you're in London now, right?
Yeah.
Move and like kind of uprooting here now. How was that transfer?
It's definitely made it easier for me to do my job properly. Took the commute out. Like, I didn't realize until I kind of sat down and reflected when I made the decision to move to London. I was like, wow, I've been commuting my whole entire pro career. I think my first 2 pro fights or something like that, I lived in Kitchener and I fought out of Kitchener. And then after that, it was like the next, I don't know how long that was, 12 years or however long it's been. I've been commuting, whether it was driving to London from Kitchener at the time when I went to the original Boomers, or whether it was driving to Mississauga from Cambridge or wherever. Like I could draw you a spider web of a map, but I've always had a commute. So for me, making the decision for myself, a lot of the time it was either family or my clientele that would keep me where I was. You know, I do a lot of boxing training and I coach. So I have fighters that look up to me and that I've been working with for years, or I have, you know, women that I train that I've built relationships with for like years. And like finally being like, you know what, I'm sorry, I gotta go. You know, I got to. It was very, very difficult, but it was the best decision of my career and probably my life. Like, I'm so much happier. I'm at peace. And
like the real ones will support that. As hard as it is, they're still gonna see it through.
That was a hard reality to accept. And once I realized that exactly, it was okay. Yeah.
How was I see you were in Philly for a while too, right? You uprooted out to Philly for some training and like to like progress. How was it being there and like being so far away since you're so family oriented?
That was difficult. I did a camp there. That was very, very difficult. That was probably one of the worst camps of my career, to be honest.
Really?
I didn't have a good team behind me at all. I was definitely just kind of thrown out to the sharks, and I kind of just had to figure my shit out on my own. You know, I went out there with an idea, or being fed an idea that I would be taken care of, and it was a complete opposite. It was like, I don't want to get too much into it. It was not cool at all. And it was one of those situations too where, again, I got home and I was like, well, now what? You know, and like trying to make the best decisions for myself, but also not being strong enough maybe at the time. Mature enough. I don't know what it was, but a lot of wasted time and I shouldn't say wasted. Everything happens the way it's supposed to, right? But a lot of reflection to times and periods like that in my career where I'm like, geez. But it made me, the experience made me stronger, tougher, and wiser. So moving forward, things will be done differently for sure.
Do you have like an ultimate goal with your boxing career? Like something that you're like, okay, I got to hit that. I got to get that.
Yeah, the green belt.
More titles.
WBC, I need that green belt. Yeah. For sure.
How is it even too being able to have 2 titles and like being that like I know there's having 1 title, which is crazy enough to even fathom, but now having 2 and like that's you undisputed. Like,
to be honest, 2 is not enough. I know that's gonna sound. I don't even care how that sounds. It's realistic. It's how I'm wired. 2 is not enough. There's so many more out there, and there's so much more I want to do. Like I truly do believe this is just the beginning. For sure. Yeah.
I love that because like I know we kind of started with saying like, you know, age is nothing but a number, but you're saying this is just the beginning. 100%. And like it's like I just recently turned another decade, right? So I was just like, it's a celebration. Like we have this misconception that like that like you gotta go downhill as you age, but like that's just in your brain.
No, we've been fed that. I truly believe, like, I don't agree with that at all. I feel like I'm finally now enjoying life. Like actually just within maybe the last couple years where I'm like, oh, life is good. Where I don't think I really understood it before that. Going through the motions and being so like goal oriented and driven and missing the journey. And now I'm like, no, I love the journey. I'm gonna stop and take my shoes off and put my toes in the grass for a little bit, you know. Whereas before I didn't understand the importance of that. So yeah.
Do you think the little kid version of you would be proud of who you are today?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. If you would have asked me this a year ago, I probably would have said no, sadly. But I understand and realize now that, you know, I had to go through everything I went through to get to this right now. So I think I'd make her proud. Yeah.
And what's been, I guess, your favorite thing out of boxing that's you've achieved, like besides just winning a belt, right? Because I know, especially as an athlete, it's like your whole life is kind of centered around that. But like there is a different person behind that belt, right? Especially now.
Yeah.
What would you say is an accomplishment on that side?
I think maybe the coaching aspect. I feel like I've had a lot of fighters that I've coached that have seen results really quickly and that I've built a good rapport with, and that it's special. It's special. I know I have a little guy that I train right now. His name's Liam. Been with me a couple years, and his parents drive him an hour and a half to train with me.
Jeez.
And like that, man, that hits my heart every time I think about it. Like, and he's such a special kid, man. I love that kid to death. Like, and he's gonna be a killer. You know, he's like a little mini nightmare in there. He does everything I do. But he's gonna be a world champ for sure, 100%. And just stuff like that. It really means a lot to me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I feel like it's just like so different from any other sport, because obviously it's an individual sport. It's like it's 1v1 against the opponent, but that's why you have to rely so much more in the coaching and the in the leadership. Because like in soccer, you have like 10 other guys.
Yeah.
If you like mess up, they got it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
what's some ring moments that you can kind of share with us, like some really good ones and like some really bad ones, just from like what it feels like to be a fighter, just kind of going up against someone?
I'd say actually a really good moment. I was just talking about it yesterday. One of the guys from the gym asked me kind of the same idea of the question, and he's like, "What was like the biggest moment for you so far?" And to be honest, it wasn't the titles. The titles were very special. Like that moment those moments were very special, but like big, like really grand would have been when I fought on the Jake Paul, Mike Perry undercard. Yeah. I remember that walkout. Holy crap. Like even now I have like, I can still feel it inside when I just think about it. Like walking out and like seeing that, like the Jumbotron with my face on it and my name scrolling, and then like looking out to the crowd, and it was just endless. And like I could feel like, it felt like my skin was vibrating.
Yeah.
Like it was just, so that walk to the ring was like my favorite ring walk of my life. It was just, it felt right. Yeah. It felt great. So, definitely a lot of good moments in there. I don't know. I can't really pinpoint like bad moments. You know, sometimes you get in deep, and it's just part of being a fighter though. And like that's part of the adrenaline. That's part of the like show that, you know, you're not gonna drown. You're gonna swim, and you're gonna make it. So, yeah.
And then I wanted to ask, for training wise, what's your favorite like training like exercise? Because a lot of people always want to say shadow boxing. You always got to work your shadow boxing, right? Is that one of your favorites? And then what's your least favorite?
As soon as you said the word favorite, I was like, I want to get up the shadow box right now for you guys. Yeah, shadow boxing for sure. Like 100% is my favorite. I love when the gym is empty.
Yeah.
And it's just me, and I can turn off like all the other lights and just have the light over the ring. And I put my music on, and I like flow to the beat. Like that's my favorite thing to do in the world. You know, dance to the beat. It's gotta be shadow boxing. That's gotta be my favorite. My least favorite.
The perk up in the face, you're like, oh no, there's a couple.
What would my least favorite be? I don't know. That's That's a really good question. My least favorite. Oh, but it's not like boxing specific, but like strength and conditioning specific. Probably battle ropes and like the sled.
Okay, yeah. It
Things
takes the
with
life out
passion.
of you.
I hate them. I don't even know why I hate them so much, but I do hate them. Yeah.
Yeah. No, awesome. Is there anything else you would like to promote or kind of, let our audience know?
I just want to shout out to my coaches, my team, my Boomers team. I've got a really good tribe behind me. I've got, a handful of great men from Boomers. Matt Boom, you guys know, he's been along the journey. That's Lawrence's son.
Yep.
So Lawrence's original Boomers family, and then I met Matt, and he sponsored me for years and years and years. During my career, and he kind of helped me stay in the game when I didn't think I could. And he introduced me to my tribe now. I've got 4 coaches that I work with. And like, it's a lot for people that don't understand. But if you know kind of the ins and outs of what we do, it's necessary.
Yeah.
I've got, a coach that I work with, strength and conditioning, and got one that I work game planning with, and Tanner, Science Over Violence, he dissects everything, and like he'll look at my opponent and he'll send the team like, okay, this is this. He slows everything down. He's like at 134, this is what she does and this is what you can do, and like he's literally a scientist, and
That's
he
crazy.
brings that to the table, which is amazing. I got Coach Dean, who I grind with every evening in the gym for hours, and we just do the grunt work, and he helps me with getting stronger. Coach Mark, he helps me with my inside game because he does some jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. He's got that background. So we got the grappling aspect and the inside game, and he brings that to the table. And then Coach Abdul, I call him the manager. He makes sure everything is good, and he sets everything up, and I had I can't even believe I'm admitting this. I had like a radio interview yesterday. It was early, and I'm not a morning person. Yeah. I'm not, and anyone that knows me knows I'm not. And it was at 8 or something, 7:45. I was like, oh, I'm trying to get out of this. And he's like, no, we got to do this. So he set it up and everything. Yeah. And then, so he's messaging me. He's messaging me in the morning, and I'm fast asleep. I had already hit snooze like 7 times. I'm having a dream that like someone's harassing me, and I'm like having to freaking ignore it, like full on hitting snooze every time. He's calling me. He's messaging me, calling me. And then finally I answer, and I'm like, hello. And I'm trying to act like I'm awake. I'm like, yeah, hello. Meanwhile, I'm like, what time is it?
Yeah,
right? And he's like, I'm going to pick you up. I'm like, thank God. Because I don't even know what's going on right now. So he rolled up to the crib, picked me up, had coffee waiting for me. He's like, we got this, champ. You're good. I'm like, oh my God. But we rolled in, we crushed it, and then, went out for a bite to eat after, and he's on his phone the whole time and trying to set things up. And I'm like, that's what I've needed, and like that's a perfect example of like getting a team,
That's awesome.
having a team behind you. And if there's ever a day in the gym where one of my coaches can't make it and he's around, he's like, all right, go get your gloves on, let's do this, and he'll grab the pads. Like, so everyone brings something so special to the team, and I think that's why finally, at 40, I'm able to steal those straps, and like and there's more to come for sure. Yeah.
Would you say it's almost like you finally been allowed to just cook as a chef?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then you gotta have the front of the house. You gotta have the front of the house. You gotta have everybody else to support you, but you just need to cook.
There you go. I like that. 100%. That's what it is. Yeah.
And I love that. Is there anything like you would like advice for any fighters coming up, trying to actually live their dream as you did, that you'd like to share and kind of give them the down low on it?
For sure. Just follow your heart and listen to your intuition. Those two things is what kept me on the grind and kept me going when I wanted to give up a few times. And I just said, you know what? Like, there's a dream put in you for a reason. Like, if you think about it that way, like, where did this come from and why? It's there for a reason, right? So if that dream stays the same, just keep at it and follow your gut. Sometimes your gut will tell you to turn left when you think you should turn right. Man, turn left. I learned that the hard way. Like, just your gut doesn't lie. So yeah, those two things will get you exactly where you want to go for sure.
Yeah. That's it.
Damn, you guys heard it from the champ herself.
Yeah. No, honestly, we appreciate you so much, Champ, for coming on and, discussing. And I feel like we want to take it from an angle that wasn't just focusing on boxing, just more of who you are. And I feel like
awesome
I had a better understanding of who you are. And honestly.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
Thank
like
you.
straight up, I think it's like having the name Nightmare. People might think like this misconception of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
You are such an awesome person.
Don't get it wrong though. In the ring, yo, she'll crush
Yeah.
you. She'll crush you.
Listen, I sit out of the ring for a reason.
All right. Well,
Thank
for
you,
those of
guys.
you who've watched thus far, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And you guys got spoiled with the champion today.
Do not
Take it
miss
easy.
this. Peace.